Hello guys, it's Peter from PS Sound, and today I would start a series of topics that I like to talk about, basically the breakdown of the setup in my demo car. I guess first I would start with why I needed a front sub. That little thing over there. Then in the next topic I'm going to talk about why I needed that dash build up there for the mid bass. Yeah, why mid bass in the door or in kicks or up on the dash. Then I guess I could talk about why I still run this setup with a 4-way front end plus front and rear sub, and why I want to still change things in it. And I guess along the way I'm gonna figure out what other things I can talk about and share with you. Plus, you're always welcome to ask questions, which also helps me. So, today's topic: why you need a front sub. It took me a very long time to figure out why I didn't really have a great sub and mid bass integration in the car, in my car. This is a Honda Accord Estate, a very long car, and I tried many different options. I tried different mid-bass speakers, different applications, tried all the possible locations for the sub in the boot, but it wasn't really perfect. I always had a really great low end in the car, but that tight kick was always missing. The mid-bass speakers in the door are able to play down to 35 Hz. They shake the whole door apart. You have a solid response down there all the way. But when you run a mid-bass down that low, you lose attack on the speaker. It simply cannot keep up with both the very low notes and the upper bass, where the speaker has to be more refined and more precise. It can't do both things at the same time. Well, not a 6.5-inch speaker in the door. So first I thought I would play the sub further up to like 60-70 Hz, and then that would cover that range, but it couldn't integrate to the mid bass. And then after a very long time I figured out that simply the sub from the back doesn't really play above 50 Hz. And then most of you would think that, oh okay, then you may use the wrong sub. Believe me, I've used many subs in my car, different types of Phase Alianti, which is one of the best sound quality subs ever. I used the Hybrid Audio Clarus 12, which is another great 12-inch sub. I had Helix, all sorts of subs in sealed enclosures, so they were very precise and fast, but none of them played above 50 Hz. And then I figured out that this is not the problem of the speaker, of the sub. It's because of the characteristics, acoustical characteristics of the car. Simply, the car doesn't support anything from the back above 50 Hz. If you follow my videos, you might have seen from my previous videos when I did the test with the IB setup in the back now, what I have. That's, even those don't want to play above 45, 50 Hz. And that's just due to the car. Again, the very same thing. So if my sub doesn't play from, above 50 Hz, and the mid bass doesn't really want to play under 70, I mean it does, the response is there, but you don't want to push that speaker to play that low, then you have to figure out how to fill that gap between 45 and 70, 80 Hz. As I've seen many really good sounding cars with front subs, then I thought, why not? I'll give it a go as well. First I had a sub down in the kick well, down there, under the current location, but I lost legroom. It was also very tight with the competition rules. I didn't have the right distance required, so then I just simply ditched the glove box. And first I thought I wouldn't have enough space, because you couldn't even put a 2-liter bottle into the glove box. How would I have enough space there? But then once I took the whole glove box out and did a bit of chopping, did the first mold, and I managed to make 13.5-liter airspace, which is 0.5 cubic foot, and for an 8-inch, that's absolutely fine. I chose the Hertz ML2000 8-inch sub for a few reasons. One, because the specs show that it's happy to play in a very small sealed enclosure like this, and it's also able to handle quite a lot of power and go a bit loud, which is not required for a sound quality car really, but unfortunately I have a background from live sound engineering, and a system has to be able to play loud enough to create concert levels for me. It's not required for many people, it is for me. So that little thing is very, very capable to play loud as well. So once I built that enclosure, fortunately that does exactly what I needed. From the front, you cannot really expect any sub to play as low as a sub from the back of the car, where you have more cabin gain. In my car, that 8-inch is kind of okay down to 35 Hertz, which is perfect, because then from that point on the rear subs can take over. But that little sub could play even lower. If it was in the back of the car, you would get anything down to 25 Hertz even with that 8-inch. But at the front here, it's not going to play anywhere lower. So then I ended up with a setup, 2 mid-bass in the doors, an 8-inch, and then I had a 12-inch sealed box before in the back for the lows, playing under 35 Hertz. Then I changed for the IV subs in the back. You've seen many videos of that, but I may talk about that a bit later as well. And so this is the current setup. It might be another topic why now I need one of those, both sides. So one on left and one on right as well. That's going to be an interesting install. We will see what I can do, but let's leave that for another topic. If you liked what you've seen, guys, please subscribe. That means a lot. Also, you never miss the next episode. Please comment. Feel free to comment, just like on Facebook. I know people don't tend to ask that many questions on YouTube for I don't know what reason. I guess it's just easier to comment on Facebook because you get a quicker response. But I try my best to answer any of your questions, guys. And hopefully I'll speak to you very soon. Take care.